Hello and welcome to Tia's. Okay, dude. Hello and welcome to Tia's Good Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
I'm Jess.
What are we drinking today?
My green tea, bitch.
Okay, damn. Gets intense about some green tea.
Hell yeah.
I'm sipping on my lavender tea. Num 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 num. And where did we leave off our characters? From A Storm of Swords.
Ooh, Arya witnessed the Red Wedding, was just outside when it was going down. And carnage everywhere before the Hound knocks her out to take her or kills her. We didn't know at the time
Oh shit.
if he killed her or not, because
Well,
she was trying to break in and save her mother.
right. I think now that we have another
Arya.
chapter.
She's clearly alive. Yeah. He knocked her out and then saved her with quotations.
Yeah.
Because who the fuck knocks the fuck out of a child with the back of an axe?
Psychos.
The Hound does.
Yep.
And with Tyrion, Joffrey is poisoned, and Tyrion and Sansa are accused of his murder.
Oh my god.
The Purple Wedding.
Chapter 65 is Arya.
There's an emptiness inside of Arya where her brothers and parents used to live.
Aww.
Right? She's so young. How old is she? 11?
Something like that.
Yeah. She's a baby.
Yep.
She often finds herself not wanting to wake at all.
Aww.
She dreams of wolves every night. She has a great pack of wolves, and she is the biggest and the strongest. But the Hound forces her up every morning, and she has to look after the horses. She has her own horse now that they found, who must have escaped the Red Wedding. Arya named her Craven because she ran.
It's a horse. Battle. What is the horse supposed to do, Arya?
Right. She wants a horse like the stranger. She's like, I like stranger. He would stay and fight.
Yeah, he'd be biting people, kicking.
Yup, bite. The Hound no longer watches her as closely. He doesn't tie her up at nighttime anymore. It seems like sometimes, like, he doesn't even bother with her. She just follows. Yeah. She keeps telling herself that one day she'll kill him, or one day she'll run off with Craven, but she doesn't. She has nobody now, so she stays. Arya is pretty pissed that the Hound hit her over the head because she believes that she could have saved her mom. She's still in denial.
Well, yeah.
Sort of. Yeah. Like everyone, like the Hound keeps telling her like she's dead, but it's like
Arya's thinking she
but
might be a hostage.
Yeah, that's one of the things she mentioned.
Yeah.
They hardly ever talk to each other and often go days without speaking. Arya feels disconnected from other people when she sees them, almost like they're speaking a completely different language. She doesn't relate to other people anymore.
Wait, what kind of people are they seeing?
Just villagers that she sees. People traveling, like they hide from the other people, but when she sees them talking amongst each other, they're no longer her people. Like she doesn't relate to them at all.
Yeah.
One day, they find another survivor of the wedding wearing a badge showing a pink maiden dancing in a swirl of silk.
Do you recognize this?
No, who is this?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Some small house, I guess.
Yeah. His
shoulder is twisted and swollen with the chainmail embedded into his arm from a blow from a mace. And it's been there for a while. It's rotten. He's dying.
Ooh.
He said it was
gangrene.
Yeah, he's got the gangrene. He says it was a Bolton who killed him. Arya notices that he smells like a corpse. She can smell the rot. He begs them for wine, but Sandor tells him that he can only give him water and the gift of mercy. The man accepts both. Arya fetches him water with Sandor's helm. Then Sandor, almost tenderly, eases his dagger into the man's chest. He tells Arya that's where the heart is. She asks if they will bury him, and he's like, "No, son, but we'll rob him first."
Oh
But we'll
my.
rob him. It's like, what's the point of burying them? He'll feed the whatever you call them, the animals that eat dead.
Oh, yeah, the scavengers.
Garrison? No.
Carrion?
Scavengers.
No, they eat carrion.
Okay.
Carrion's the thing they eat, so the guy
Okay. Scavengers. Yeah.
Yeah,
But they rob him. He takes the man's coins and he gives his dagger to Arya, who is happy to have a blade. She also takes his helm for some reason, even though it's too big for her. Around evening, the Hound tells her that he is taking her to the Eyrie. Perhaps her aunt will ransom her. Arya doesn't know her Aunt Lysa, and she tells Sandor she wants to go back to the twins to save her mother. She cannot be dead, and they must save her. Sandor tells her that he thought it was just Sansa whose head was full of fancies, and refuses.
Oh.
That night, Arya falls asleep thinking of her mother. And then she smells her. She's standing at the edge of a river, sniffing the air.
The fuck?
The river is swollen with corpses, and her brothers and sisters are tearing at the ripened flesh. She feels hungry, but the scent has her attention. And then she sees it, a white body flowing down the river. She jumps in and swims to it and pulls it back to shore, snapping at the other wolves when they get too close. She wills it to get up and run with them, and then she hears the sound of horses approaches, and she and her brothers get the fuck out. The GTFO. Arya is awake before the Hound for the first time. He tries to bring up her mother, which, wow, that's pretty nice. Pretty sweet. Like, what was he gonna say? Wanted to know.
Oh yeah, because he started with about your mother, right?
Yeah. But she cuts him off. Tells him never mind. She saw her mother dead in a dream. She knows she's dead.
Oh shit. So Arya is like totally warging into Nymeria, right?
She is totally warging into Nymeria.
Okay, question. Is this why the Starks have a direwolf as their sigil? Because they've always been wargs and could warg like more easily into a direwolf for some reason? Or is she just like warging into Nymeria and Bran into his wolf? Because
and Jon and his wolf?
And Jon is his wolf. Because of the connection they have. Like with the wolf, not because it's a wolf. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I forget where I read it. It was definitely in one of these books. But the early Kings of Winter all had direwolves as companions. So it might be a Stark thing to warg into direwolves.
Okay, so there's
they probably have the old magic.
Oh, okay. So Arya probably wouldn't be able to warg into anything except Nymeria.
Yeah, just a bonded direwolf, I think.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I think all of the Stark kids were capable of it. Mm-hmm. We don't know about Sansa because I don't think she had the time to get that close to Lady's dead.
Lady died real fast.
Yeah, real fast. Mm-hmm. And I think some people have theories about Robb and Greywind.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I guess we never Oh, interesting.
We never knew about them.
I wonder if Robb was kind of in Greywind during their battles, you know? But he kind of had to be himself at the same time. It's confusing.
And there was this really mad theory about when Robb was killed and how in the last second he wargs into Greywind. And there was some things that they said about Greywind in the last moments, but I don't remember.
In Robb's last moments?
Excuse me. Yeah, no, Greywind's last moments. But I don't remember them. What they were saying. I don't remember. I'm not gonna make it up. I don't remember.
But I don't understand which part you're referring to.
Right after Robb is killed. Not right after, but right before he's killed, he wargs into Greywind. And when he's dead, he is Greywind. For Greywind's last moments.
Oh, fuck. So he dies twice?
Yeah. It was some fan theory about the tragedy of Robb. And it was explaining what they believe this. But I don't recall it. I don't remember the evidence in quotations that they used.
Right. That's interesting, though.
Yeah, it was an interesting fan theory.
Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone. This is Editing Raven here. So it turns out I miscalculated which episodes were which, and this one is actually our Halloween episode, which I didn't realize at the time of recording, and I wish that we had included more maybe creepy theories about A Song of Ice and Fire, but unfortunately I did not realize it at the time that this would be our Halloween episode. So just real quick, I wanted to add on what this theory was that Jess is talking about, just as a little creepy, spooky theory for Game of Thrones, to add to the Halloween atmosphere of this Halloween episode that has really got nothing to do with Halloween. But here it is. Jess found this theory on Reddit, and this is how it goes by Roving Burrito. One that many people here probably know already, but really unsettled me when I heard it. Robb dying twice. Dude's hanging out at his uncle's wedding, getting his buzz on, then a murder fest happens, and he's forced to watch his comrades and mother get maimed/killed. A few crossbow bolts and a slit throat later, and Robb, in the last seconds of his life, and at the behest of his mother, wargs into his direwolf, who was kenneled up outside. Well, we all know what happened to Grey Wind next. Robb had to suffer his own death, and then, mere minutes later, died again inside of his wolf, got decapitated, and had his wolf head sewn onto his lifeless human body. What a horrifying experience that must have been. So, if you didn't think that the deaths of the Red Wedding could get any more tragic, there you go. Think about that one for a bit. Back to the episode. Anyway, I interrupted you. Go on.
They find a tiny hidden village up in the high hills. It is surrounded by gray-green sentinels, which I was like, what is that? So I had to Google.
It's a tree, right?
Sentinels. Oh, they could be. When I Googled sentinels, they said guardians. So I'm like, are these carven rocks that in the shape of guardians? Like, what?
I think it's a type of tree.
I have no idea. Yeah, because like when I first read that, I thought it was a tree. But when I Googled it, it's like, guardians. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, because that's like the more common.
Okay. Okay, if I Google sentinel tree, it'll probably show up.
I think sentinels are like the biggest trees out there.
They are. Oh, it even says Westeros.
Sentinel trees are common in the north, including the wolfswood.
It didn't even have to write anything other. It's just Westeros right there.
Wow.
So it's a made-up tree in the land of Westeros.
The very first link is a wiki of Ice and Fire.
Yep.
But it's a real tree, so it's hilarious that the first thing is a Game of Thrones thing. It's a real tree.
Yes, it's the second link. Is actual Wikipedia.
Okay, and I was wrong about it being the biggest tree. I think that's actually a sequoia.
Oh, yeah. Sequoia. Anyway. That makes sense. Where am I? Sandor surprisingly decides to visit them, saying that they need food and the villagers probably don't know what happened at the twins or who he is. So they go. Mm-hmm. The villagers are building wooden palisades, which are stake fences.
Hell yeah. The time that you stick in the dirt and they poke outwards, right?
Yeah. Like they're just building the fences for... We'll find out later. And then Sanders offered work for food, shelter, and payment due to his size. They need help.
Yeah.
Sander accepts when they throw in the ale.
Huh.
Yeah, he's like, I need ale every night. And they're like, done. Yep. And then Sandor, he settles. He stops caring about ransoming Arya to Lady Lysa, and he just works all day and then drinks himself to sleep. The elders tell them about how dangerous the clans have gotten since they've somehow gotten their hands on good steel and armor. And this is what they're doing. They're building these palisades from when the winter comes, and they're going to start reaping and sowing.
So these are Tyrion's clans.
This is what Tyrion did. You know what Tyrion just does not think about what arming these guys would do to the small folk.
Oh, well, there's a big flaw.
Yeah, people are gonna start dying because of Tyrion. Thanks, Tyrion. Not so good guy, Tyrion.
He just didn't think. But you have to ask yourself, if he had thought of this, would he have made a different choice?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
He looks after himself first. Like, I think most people would.
Yeah.
Not bashing on that, but well, I don't think Tyrion is as good a character as he's portrayed in the show. In the books.
He's human, you know? It's like,
yeah, he is human.
No one else. Sure. He has no one else to look out for him, so he has to look out for himself.
Yeah.
But it is.
I agree.
Oh.
But in the books, like, he's not as a, what is it? Good washed? Hero washed? Hero washed as he is in the show.
Yeah.
Arya seems to lose herself during her days at the village. She thinks about how she is no one's daughter anymore and that she is no one.
She is no one.
She's no one.
Remember this. She is no one.
And then I have this in quotations. She was only some girl who ran with a dog by day and dreamed of wolves by night.
Ooh.
Like that.
Ooh.
Arya hates it at the village. She thinks that they're all cowards who cannot even look at the hound's face. Some of the women had tried to make her wear dresses and embroider with them, but she just fucking refused. She's like, hell no. And I can see Sandor not giving a fuck. So, like, they can't enforce her at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
The village elder's daughter is Arya's age and has started following Arya around. Arya is disgusted by her.
Oh, jeez.
Because she's still a baby who cries, and she brags about her dumb cloth doll called Sir Soldier. Her. Arya eventually has enough and rips the doll open, pulls out its stuffing, saying, now it really looks like a soldier, before throwing it in the brook.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck. That is so brutal.
She gives no fucks, man.
No, man, that is so harsh, pulling out its innards. Now it's a soldier. Oh my god. Poor girl. She's so young. This is what she's witnessing.
She's the same age as Arya.
Yeah, like, the difference is because Arya's out on the freaking wilds by herself, witnessing brutality.
World experience.
Yeah. The girl finally leaves her alone after that, and she spends her days with the horses or trying to practice her needlework. But then she'll always end up smashing her stick against a tree in a rage when she thinks about the wedding.
Yeah.
One day, the hound tells her that he's thinking of staying there a while, and he says that he will try to send a letter to her aunt to come pick her up or whatever if she wanted to. However, when they eventually finish the palisade, the village elder evicts them, revealing that he knows who the hound is, and that he's heard that he's, quote, lost his belly for fighting after the Battle of the Blackwater.
Oh.
So that he won't even like hire Sandor to stay to protect them from the clans because he's heard that he's no longer fighting.
So he's like, thanks for helping us build. Now get the fuck out.
Yeah, he's like, we don't have the place for you for come winter. Out.
Get the fuck out. We have enough mouths to feed. Get out.
Yeah. Sandor just asks for his payment and he trades in his axe for an old sword before they leave. Sandor leads them back to the Riverlands, saying that he's going to ransom her to the Blackfish instead, because they don't want to fight the clans with their goods deal.
Fair.
Yeah. Arya suggests instead that he take her to the wall and ransom her to Jon, her brother. And Sandor says that the wall is 1,000 leagues away, and that they'd have to fight through the Freys, fight through the swamps, and then fight their way through the entire north. Because they're pretty in the middle of Westeros right now.
Yeah.
Arya asks if he's lost his belly for fighting. And for a second, she thinks he's going to hit her. But instead, he says that he hasn't lost his belly. But he doesn't care enough about her or her brother, and reminds her that he also has a brother.
Okay.
That chapter. Yeah. So, like, he doesn't care enough for her and Jon to fight his way to the north.
Right.
Too much work for him. Too much trouble.
What was he saying when he brought up his own brother?
I guess he was saying, like, I don't believe the love between you and your brother because I have my brother.
Oh, he's like, I know what it's like to have a brother, and it fucking sucks, dude.
It sucks.
Arya choosing to stick around with him feels kind of weird, but the logic makes sense at the same time.
The logic makes a lot of sense. She has no hope by herself, I think.
Yeah, but like, Arya believes in herself.
Oh, she does. I think also because she's lost her edge, you know what I mean? Like, she's really depressed, sad, doesn't know what to do with herself.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
Sticking to Sandor, at least she has something to do. Like, he's giving her things to do. Right. Something to live for. Instead of just finding a hole and staying there. Digging herself down, not waking up anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's just kind of like broken, so she's just kind of drifting and just following whatever's there.
I feel like her life now, like the most interesting thing of her life is warging into Nymeria, and that's all she'll probably do if she was left alone.
Yeah, she'd probably stay in Nymeria and lose herself.
She will.
If she ever was able to control it, yeah. But wait.
Oh!
Let's not just brush over Nymeria finding Kat's body.
Yes, this was actually a pretty important scene, actually. Let's remember it, too.
Yeah, so Nymeria found Kat's body in the river, and pulled
her ashore.
She knew it smelled like Cat, and we know that's what happened to Cat, so it's Cat.
Yeah.
And pulled her ashore.
And then ran at the sound of horses come in.
So if we had to guess who the horses were.
I know who they are.
Oh, you do? Why do you know everything?
We'll get to it at the very end of this book, too. Final chapter is what happens, too.
Oh. Well, I'm intrigued, because this is like, whatever happens with Kat is so beyond anything that I know. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, I'm so excited. I don't really know much about what happens. I'm so excited to get to know.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Well, I do have some vague idea, but I don't know how true it is.
Okay, well, shoot.
Shoot? You want me to say it? Oh.
Throw your theories.
I mean, I think that it's not my idea, it's what I've heard. So I feel like she's supposed to become like a White Walker or something.
Oh.
But I'm like, how? She's still so far south.
Yeah.
How would she like be cursed with the White Walker curse?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of different undead that she becomes. Maybe she's like, maybe some necromancer finds her and like brings her to life or some shit. I don't know. But Kat.
So you don't know who comes?
No.
Oh, fun. Nice.
Well, now I wonder if I could guess.
I mean, you can try.
Okay, let's throw out another guess. Someone who's gonna find Kat. Okay, who's in that area? Let me look.
Who's in the Riverlands?
Who's in the Riverlands? Oop, sorry, I'm fucking shit up. I'm bumping my mic and shit.
You said a necromancer? Do you know any necromancers in the Riverlands?
Are you hinting at what's...
Hey, you said necromancer yourself.
Wait, do we know of a necromancer? Am I stupid? Is there a necromancer here that I'm forgetting?
There technically is a necromancer you're forgetting.
What the fuck? Wait. Hang on. What? A necromancer.
I mean, you can sleep on it until we finish. Like, who the fuck is this necromancer of Westeros?
I have literally no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
But I'm
cool.
Probably when I know, I'm gonna like hate myself for being stupid.
I can see you doing that too.
Yeah. We'll see. That's all I'm gonna be thinking about while you read this next chapter.
Yeah. Hey, this chapter is a doozy.
Oh, Tyrion's?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead with Tyrion then. Chapter 66.
Woohoo! Here we are. Also, in the last chapter, though, we hear a lot of people complaining about this giant pack of wolves, of hundreds of wolves led by a giant she-wolf.
True.
It's really cool to see Arya working into her now. And, like, knowing, like, oh, yeah, it's Nymeria's pack.
They call her the Hell Bitch, right? Maybe not in this
the
chapter,
Hell Bitch!
but before they have the Hell Bitch.
Yeah, I've heard that before. That's awesome.
I still want that as a tattoo.
Dude,
Hell
that
bitch.
Is cool.
Right?
Have a freaking, like, wolf head or something.
Oh. Ooh.
Hell Bitch! That's funny. I like that a lot. Do it!
I will.
Okay.
Just a matter of when.
And saving up money. Ugh.
Yeah, true. We can talk about this after.
Okay.
More tattoo talk at the end. Okay, go ahead. Hey everyone, just a quick aside. We just became affiliates of Buzzsprout, which is the hosting platform we use for our podcast. If you are interested in creating your own podcast, please consider using Buzzsprout. It made it easy to get our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and dozens of other streaming platforms. They also provide you with a podcast website, detailed analytics to see how your episodes are performing, and tons of guides on how to improve your listenability. And if you follow our link in the episode description, you will get a $20 Amazon gift card when you sign up for a paid plan, and it helps support our show. Thank you. Back to the episode.
Tyrion. Sir Kevin tells Tyrion that Tywin, Lord Tyrell, and Prince Oberyn will be sitting judgment on his trial. Tyrion asks if he can demand trial by combat, and Sir Kevin advises against it, saying that Cersei's champion will be Sir Gregor Clegane.
Ooh, no one can beat him.
Get fucked! Yeah. Sir Kevin tells him that Cersei is getting more witnesses every day, so he should compile a list of his own witnesses to speak for him, as he is not allowed to leave the tower that he's being held in. So in the books, he's in the dungeons. At least he's kindly in a nice tower. In the books, in the show, he's in the dungeons.
Oh yeah, in the show, he's in the dungeons.
In the books, he's in a nice tower, but you just can't leave it.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, I even wrote in my notes, I was like, where the fuck is he? It seems kind of nice.
Yeah, it does seem nice. I wonder if he's in his own home.
His own chambers? He could be.
I don't recall if it was a tower. I know it's above the kitchens.
It probably is a tower.
Huh. Might be. It's a castle they live in. Fuck.
Yeah.
Tyrion asks if Pod can deliver messages for him, and Sir Kevin agrees. Before Sir Kevin leaves, Tyrion tells him that he did not murder Joff. And Sir Kevin replies that he wishes he could believe that.
So Kevin thinks Tyrion did it.
Yeah, he doesn't believe Tyrion's innocent. Well, Tyrion sits at the desk and tries to think of witnesses until Pod shows up. Tyrion tells him to fetch Bronn for him and he takes off. The next morning, Tyrion is being served breakfast, and he asks if they've seen Pod. He gets a no. He continues trying to think of witnesses and only manages to write down Sansa. He wonders if it were Sansa who poisoned Joffrey and thinks pretty ugly thoughts, and then Reason asks how she would even get her hands on such a poison, and there is no way she acted alone if she did. The day after, Sir Kevin comes back, and Tyrion gives him his list containing Sansa.
Kevin looks at it, he's like, one witness?
Yeah.
She's not even here, dude.
Sir Kevin warns him that his trial is 3 days away, and Sansa's been missing since the wedding. He needs more names. Tyrion says he'll keep thinking, and he asks if he's seen Pod. Sir Kevin hasn't, but he says he'll send Pod over again. The next morning, Pod returns with Bronn in tow. Pod looks nervous as fuck. Bronn is dressed in fine clothes and has a look on his face that makes Tyrion feel sick.
Uh-oh.
Bronn tells him that Pod begged him to come, and which is why he showed, because Pod's begging. And that he is expected at Castle Stokeworth for supper. Tyrion's like, what the heck are you doing there? Bronn tells him that he's going to marry Lollys, who is Lady Tanda's Blackwit daughter, the one who was brutally raped by the mob. And is clearly disturbed by the event.
Yeah. She was apparently I didn't realize this, but she was apparently a simpleton, like, even before.
Yeah. She was a slower girl, but now she has that extra trauma added to her.
True.
Tyrion bargains with Bronn. He offers him a big chunk of the north, because he's married to Sansa. But Bronn is not willing to fight the Mountain, and he already has everything he wants.
Mm-hmm.
After revealing his devious plans of murdering Lollys's older sister, Fallis, to make his children heir to Castle Stokeworth.
Oh, shit. I think he just...
Yeah.
I don't know, was that his actual plan, or was he just kind of throwing that out there as a possibility?
He hinted at it. Like, when Tyrion was trying to, like, poke holes at him, like, be like, well, like, even then, like, you won't get Castle Stokeworth. Lollys has an older sister.
Mm-hmm.
And Bronn is like, well, an older sister who's barren, who, if she dies before Lady Tanda, will not have the castle passed down to her husband.
Right.
Mm-hmm. After Tyrion accepts his no, Bronn asks Tyrion what he's going to do. And then Tyrion says that he'll kill Gregor Clegane himself, and he'll make a good song. Bronn says that he can't wait to hear it and leaves. Pod apologizes, and Tyrion asks why. It's what he likes about Bronn. He's a cold-hearted bitch. Sir Kevin visits the next day and the next, always bringing news that Sansa still hasn't been found, and Sir Dontos has also been missing since the wedding.
How curious.
Curious indeed. He asks Tyrion if he has any more witnesses, and Tyrion has no one. Tyrion has no idea how he's going to prove he didn't poison the wine, and he cannot sleep that night. At dawn, his trial begins. A dozen gold cloaks arrive to escort him. Hundreds of people have crammed into the throne room to watch. The High Septim begins with the prayer, and he asks Tyrion if he killed Joffrey. Tyrion says no, and Oberyn says that's a relief. I added that because that was in the show.
Yeah.
Lord Tyrell asks if it was Sansa who killed Joffrey, and, like, explains that she has a motive, that she used to be betrothed to Joffrey, and must have poisoned the goblet in an attempt to murder Marjorie, but killed Joffrey instead.
Interesting.
I guess so.
I mean, it's not impossible, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But anyone who paid any attention would know that Sansa fucking hated him.
I'm pretty sure Marjorie knows that too.
Yeah.
I know Marjorie doesn't believe that. Tyrion says that the gods killed him. He choked on his pie. Lord Tywin calls on the witnesses. They're to hear them first, and then Tyrion can plead his case and then call his witnesses. Sir Balon Swan of the King's Guard is the first witness. He starts by saying that he does not believe Tyrion murdered Joffrey, but he explains how he witnessed Tyrion slap Joffrey after the mob attacked them. After that, Sir Mertrant is called, and he expands on Sir Balon's testimony, adding that Tyrion knocked the king to the ground and kicked him while shouting Joff deserved to be killed. Tyrion understands then Cersei's plan, to begin with the man known to be honest, and each witness after will continue with an even worse tale, twisting it and making it more vile.
Known as destroying his character.
Yup. Tyrion tries to say something, but Tywin puts a stop to it, saying, "Only to speak when called upon." Sir Osmond Kettleback tells a tale of when he was given his white cloak. Joffrey pulled him aside and said, "Good Sir Osmond, guard me well, for my uncle loves me not. He means to be king in my place."
Wow.
I love
So that was Joffrey, huh?
Yeah. Tyrion can't take it and yells, "Liar!"
My uncle loves me not.
I love the way he said that. Oh my god. He yells, "Liar!" Tywin threatens to have him chained hand and foot if he speaks out again. Tyrion then calls it a day and says they'll continue in the morning. That night, when Sir Kevin visits Tyrion, he asks for Varys, and Sir Kevin says he'll ask him to come. Even though he was like, kind of like, "You think he's gonna come to you?
Yeah.
You think he's gonna speak for you?"
Yeah. He was like, he's one of the witnesses, man. Or didn't he say that? Maybe he
No,
didn't.
not yet. The next day he'll tell him that.
Spoilers!
The next day, two maesters take the stand to explain that there was no pigeon pie in Joffrey's throat, so he was surely poisoned. Grand Maester Pycelle is brought forth, and he shows the courtroom all of his jars of poisons, and he claims that when he was put in dungeons, Tyrion must have stolen his jar containing the poison called the Strangler, which he hasn't seen since. He says, "You used it to kill the most noblest child the gods ever put on this good earth.
Bitch.
Tyrion is overcome with anger yet again and says Joffrey was cruel and stupid, but he did not kill his nephew.
He's just like digging his grave.
Right? He just cannot contain himself. Tyrion shouts at him again, threatening next time he'll be chained and gagged.
Damn.
After Pycelle is a procession of everyone who was at the wedding.
Holy shit. Cersei went overboard.
He did. That night, it's clear that Sir Kevin believes Tyrion murdered Joffrey.
Yeah, we knew that already.
Yeah, but now it's like certain. He definitely does. Before he was kind of like, I think so. I think you did it. But now it's like for sure. He tells Tyrion that Varys will not come as he is scheduled to testify against him the next day.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Sir Kevin tells Tyrion that his case is going very badly for him and he needs to confess.
Oh.
If he confesses, his father will let him take the black. Tywin had actually sent him to tell Tyrion this, to confess and take the black.
Holy shit.
Kevin also informs Tyrion that Lord Tyrell has already judged him guilty. He already has one judge against him.
Wow, without even hearing his side.
Yep. Tyrion is beyond hurt that his father would do this to him. And Sir Kevin explains that it is proof that Tywin does care for him to be generous enough to let him take the black. Kevin goes on to explain how weak their father was, that their own bannermen used to mock him behind his back, and some would even defy him openly. It was Tywin who restored House Lannister to its former glory, and that Tyrion should trust him. Tyrion is shocked at the revelation of how much Sir Kevin adores and loves his brother.
That
Tyrion
is
agrees.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. Like he really admires and respects Tywin, for sure. Where he talked about him.
Tywin's older, right?
Yeah, he's the Lord of Castle Rock, so yes.
Right.
The older son.
Okay. I feel like this... Okay. Because it's not unusual for you to love your brother, but I feel like something about this is significant, so...
Yeah, well,
I'm just gonna remember.
The way Sir Kevin talked about their father, they definitely were disgusted with him. And he definitely respects his brother for bringing the Lannisters back into a formidable house.
Right. That's interesting. About their father being a dingus.
A dingus. A spineless doormat.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Tyrion agrees to think on it, but the next morning he still can't decide if he can trust his father. He thinks about how when he dies, he will go down in history as the evil imp who murdered his young king nephew at his wedding feast for the throne. She finds very unfair.
Yep.
At the hearing, Lord Varys is called upon. Varys has many parchments and scrolls documenting everything Tyrion has said or did at the castle.
Wow.
Confirming near everything the other witnesses claimed.
Damn.
Lord Tywin asks Cersei if that's all of the witnesses, but she says she has one more and asks if they can bring them in tomorrow, and the court is dismissed. That night, he hears voices outside his door. Then Prince Oberyn enters his room. Tyrion asks if he's even allowed to visit, but Oberyn doesn't care if he is or isn't, because he is a prince and he can do as he pleases. Tyrion offers him some wine and they sit. Oberyn tells Tyrion that Cersei has been hinting at marriage with him.
What? She's trying to fucking buy his vote.
Illyria apparently has been pushing at Oberyn to accept because she wants Cersei to share their bed.
She is horny for Cersei.
Cersei has promised her hand in marriage in return for Oberyn to declare Tyrion guilty. Oberyn tells Tyrion a story of when the Targaryens first took Dorne when they left the Lord of Highgarden to rule over them. This lord would often travel from castle to castle and forest to keep the Dornish submissive and stay a month at a time, being pampered with whatever he wanted. One night, he was given a bed with a great canopy with a sash to ring or to pull on that will call horse to his bed. When he pulled on this sash, however, 100 red, venomous scorpions fell on top of him, killing him.
Ooh.
Tyrion asks why the tail. Oberyn says
He's
that
a cool
if he
story,
was...
bro.
Yeah, exactly. Oberyn says that if he was given this bed with the sash, he would rather pull on it with the scorpions than to have Cersei sleep next to him on his bed.
Damn.
Oberyn says that by Dornish law, the throne should pass to Myrcella and her betrothed, his nephew. Tyrion says his father would never allow that to happen here. Oberyn asks if he thinks that if he does marry Cersei and take her to Sunspear, would she support his cause to crown Myrcella? Tyrion's unsure. If they brought Dornish law to the rest of Westeros, that would make Casterly Rock Cersei's, as she was born before Jaime, and he knows that his sister has always resented that she was not born a man. But he says it does not matter.
With the power of a man. I don't think she wants to be a man. She just wants to be equal.
True. I feel like in this world it's the same thing. Like, power comes with men, not with anything else.
That's true. Well, there is that. It is in the show though. There's that cool part, or the powers part, which is pretty sick. So she does have power, but she does not have the same rights.
Especially as the Queen Regent.
Yeah.
But it's not enough. She wants to be king. I guess. She wants the power of that.
Yeah.
But he says it does not matter. Their father would never allow this. Oberyn says that Tyrion looks so guilty that he is convinced that he is innocent. But he will be condemned as guilty, as justice has been in short supply, mentioning his sister and her children. And he sarcastically mentioned the bear that killed this Sir Armory and asked if all noseless men are liars. And if you remember, this was something that Tywin told Tyrion to tell Oberyn, that it was not Sir Gregor, it was Sir Armory who killed the kids.
Right.
And his sister.
Right.
Because he's already dead. Tyrion says that Sir Armory killed Princess Rhaenys, but it was Sir Gregor who smashed Prince Aegon's head against the wall and raped and murdered his sister.
So he's straight up telling the truth.
Yup, he's like, he did,
you, father.
But it was also Gregor.
Yeah.
Oberyn smiles and he asks if it was his father who gave the command. And Tyrion immediately says no before stopping and asking why the fuck is he protecting his father still. Oberyn tells Tyrion that his innocence and his father will not save him, but he might. Tyrion asks how, and Oberyn says that he will be his champion. Now it's that chapter.
Shit. So, something I noticed at the beginning, Tyrion refers to Lord Tyrell as Joffrey's good father. So, I think that's the term for father-in-law.
I guess so.
In Westeros, which I just thought was interesting. Good father. And then Tyrion, when he thinks about Sansa at the beginning, he's like hurt by her abandoning him.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point out how stupid that is.
Yeah. He has a small voice of reason that does come up sometimes, and it was like, well, what do you expect, dwarf?
Yeah.
What do you expect?
She was forced into this marriage. She never loved you, dude.
It was your family that killed hers. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You'll never get her love.
Of course she's gonna ditch you the first second she gets a chance, so.
Goof taking things so personally when it's not about you.
He just has a lot of feelings, you know.
He does. He's still a man.
Yeah.
I noticed in the show it was Jaime who visited and told Tyrion about taking the black, confessing and taking the black. And I noticed Jaime has not visited Tyrion at all.
Well, we do know that these chapters are not always in order. So but when Jaime gets back, I think that is before the whole
gets
trial.
Back before the trials, because he's when Jaime's told Tyrion is just in prison held. Or whatever. He's being held, and accused. The trial hasn't happened yet.
And Cersei's not like gathering witnesses yet. She's just praying over Joffrey.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is actually a very interesting observation. Yeah, where's Jamie? Why is he not visited? What's he doing?
This is your brother. What the heck?
Right. Okay. Hi. Noted. I guess we'll
also remember in the show
Varys
visits Tyrion for a bit too.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
Yes. You just want to say final goodbyes to everyone. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, in this book, Tyrion's basically on its own.
Like, and not a single person except Bronn and Pod.
Sir Kevin kindly.
Oh, Sir Kevin, yes, yeah. True.
Mm-hmm. His uncle is kindly taking on this role.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with Bronn, similar to the show. Even to the joke with the song.
I did notice that when he leaves, it's described as Bronn walking out of Tyrion's life.
Yeah.
So I was like, is he like gone? Like forever gone?
Possibly going straight to his marriage bed with Lollies. He must be married to Lollies now because he was getting married in 2 days, whereas the trial was 3 days away.
Oh shit.
So he's married. He should be married to Lollies now, unless something happened in that time.
Yeah, so this makes me think that Bronn is actually out of the picture for good.
He could very well be. Like, the show just kept him around because he was so popular.
People loved him in the show.
Yeah, he was a pretty funny character.
Yeah.
But ooh.
And he balanced out Tyrion really well.
So. Yeah, he did.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Like, I think Bronn is actually gone.
He probably is gone.
Damn, that's kind of sad.
It is. And, like, we know what happens to Tyrion. I think that's it. Like, I don't know of any other character who knows Bronn or is going to come in and interject. Bronn's gone.
Bronn's gone. Damn. Maybe we'll hear more about him in the future.
R.I.P. Felice.
Oh, the Lawless's older sister.
Yeah. Oh, man, I remember there was a part where Bronn was like, in 2 days I'll be poking Lollies. And I'm like thinking about poor Lollies, so traumatized about being brutally raped, now having another man on top of her.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a good marriage for her.
That's sad.
Ugh. Yeah.
She is like doesn't get enough notice. She has a tragic story.
She does. She definitely does. In the shows, she's like made out more as a joke, and we only get like talk about her from Tyrion in the little bits and pieces.
I mean, she's kind of treated the same way here in the book. Like when they talk about her, they're just like, whatever. True. She's like a dum-dum.
Yeah.
She's pregnant now.
Well, the most entertaining thing about her is that she's lack-wit, and she's pregnant with some rando's baby.
Yeah.
After the brutal rapes. 100 times.
Like, she is a giant joke. And that's all she is. And it's really shitty.
It's pretty sad.
So, there's that. And I also noted when Kevin was talking about Tywin, like, singing his praises or whatever, he mentioned that he became Hand of the King when he was 20?
Yeah.
For Eris?
Yeah.
And he was Hand for 20 years?
Can you believe? But I guess 15 is a man grown in this world, and 40 is considered old. I think there's a chapter where it was a 40-year-old being described as being an old man.
So Tywin was Hand from age 20 to age 40.
Yeah, he became Lord of Castle Rock at 30. But that is crazy.
And so, how long ago did Eris die? Like, how long was Robert on the throne?
Kit. Thinking of how old Joffrey is. Maybe, give or take, 15 years.
Okay. So he's like 50, mid-50s to late 50s right now, Tywin.
Yeah, I can believe that.
That makes sense.
That'll explain Jaime and Cersei being in their early to mid-30s.
Is that how old they were?
Yeah, I remember they were being like 32 or 33, and Tyrion was like 28.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Just getting a little more background on our guy Tywin.
For sure.
And then the part where Oberyn points out that technically, like, the girls are next in line. is that really just a... That's not just a Dornish thing, because they were talking about how Winterfell would pass to... Would it only pass to Sansa because Bran and Rickon are
it would
dead?
only pass on to the female Stark if all of the male heirs were dead.
I see.
Yeah, I can see that happening with royal families too.
Yeah.
In King's Landing, it would only go to the women if there were no men to take the role. And I think she'd be the queen regent or something. Not like a true queen.
Right. Okay, so it is just Dornish law then that it would pass to the next oldest regardless of sex. Okay, interesting. I didn't even think about how Myrcella is older than Tommen. But yeah, interesting. Yeah,
I can see he's scheming. Like, he's asking if he partnered with Cersei, would she help to put his nephew on the throne? Planning his plans. Like, should I take her or should I fight for you? You tell me.
And Tyrion's like, I don't know what Cersei would do, but regardless, Tywin wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah, she will obey our father, no matter what.
So, I guess that's what persuades Oberyn to fight for Tyrion.
Yeah. It's like, okay, well, I guess I'm fighting for you. Like, he knows that Tyrion's innocent and he wants to kill Sir Gregor, so it's like win-win.
True that. Because I guess he would never... He wouldn't have done that if he could have gotten his nephew. That's interesting to think about.
Yeah.
If he could have gotten his nephew to end up on the throne, he would have foregone his vengeance on Sir Gregor?
I think it's a possibility. He would have done that to get his nephew as King of Westeros.
That's so interesting. Because I felt like his only goal in life was to kill Sir Gregor and exact his vengeance.
Right.
But
I think taking the throne from the Lannisters is a good vengeance too.
Oh, that's true. Because he could do a lot more. He could order Sir Gregor's death.
He could. He could order Tywin's death.
Oh,
for his commanding. For his part.
So Oberyn's playing the long game. Well, he tried to, but didn't work.
He tried. He got an opinion and was like,
yeah,
don't like that answer.
Yeah, he believed Tyrion.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, I guess.
Do you want to talk about your tattoo idea?
Oh, yeah. The artist who did my sugar skull, I have him working on an Anubis tattoo for me.
Oh, right, he's back!
He is back, and he is working, and...
Same place?
No. He's in Vancouver now.
Damn!
Which sucks, but,
yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's a good bump.
He's, gained a lot of experience, I think.
He was pretty good. When I saw him in that danky little place, I was like, damn. Like, I was looking at the other, like, artworks that were pasted on the wall from the other artists, and I was, like, not impressed.
That's so funny. But yeah, I really like him because he will work with me on the design, and he will draw something and then send it to me and like get my feedback and then like change it, and I don't think many artists do that.
Yeah, you gotta ask for that. Yeah, with other artists, I think
they're more like okay, I'll do this for you, let's book a day and like come in, and they'll like do it on the spot, and I'm like, I don't want to do that, man. I like to think on stuff,
right? Yeah, if you want it perfect with how you're imagining it, like, you gotta work with the tattoo artist. That's cool. Do you have any like images of what he sent you back?
What's funny is I sent him reference photos and told him like what I was interested in, and then he sent me back a design that he had made for a previous person who never showed up. So he had a design that was already very similar to what I wanted.
Holy shit. Damn.
Yeah, so I basically told him what I liked about it and what I would change, and now he's working on an updated version for me.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so I don't want to like drag this out for too long on the actual podcast.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We can keep talking about it personally, but people can't see what we're talking about. So anyway, I have an artist that did my sugar skull tattoo working on an Anubis for me, which I am excited about. It's been a while since I got a tattoo. It's been like a year.
That is cool.
Yeah, and Brandon, our friend has mentioned to me that he wants me to design him another tattoo sometime soon.
So yay. Fill up his arm.
Cool. Yeah, I was yesterday when he was here for D&D. He was like leaning with his elbow on the table, and I could just see my design on his arm, and I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
It's a pretty cool feeling. Anyway, did you have a tattoo update?
Nope, still healing.
Still healing. Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's a big one, though.
It was. It's like kind of scarred a little. I don't know if the scar is going to go down. Or...
Oh, interesting. Yeah, some people with tattoos, like, they'll get the scar tissue. That means it's not healing properly. But that's usually like depending on the type of skin you have. So if your other ones have healed properly, I would be surprised if the scars don't go away for you.
Well, it's still gorgeous.
Yeah. Does it make it affect the color or make it wavy or do anything weird to the picture?
There's like one part of the frame that's kind of like on a bump. Like you can feel it. You can't see it. And I feel like the flowers are kind of like have that shiny sheen of a scar.
You can always like if it doesn't seem to be going away, just talk to Lindsay about it and see what she says. It's just I think it's probably just a thing. Hopefully it'll go away, but I don't know if there's anything you can really do about it.
Yeah, like I'm not surprised. Like it's only been a month or two.
Yeah.
I'll let it go.
And I mean, it still looks good, so.
It still looks great. I love it. Like I see it in the mirror. I'm like, heck yeah! I love how I look now. I no longer think of a beluga way. Look in the mirror. And all I see are beautiful tattoos. I feel so good about myself.
That's cool. All right, that's going to be it for this episode. If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at TIGBAB Podcast or follow us individually. My handle is Crimby and Jess's is jess.egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search TIGBAB Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we will show up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Bahrami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle, which you heard at the start of the episode, and he makes some really cool music. That's Bahram. You can also find him on Spotify as Bahrambient. That's Bahrambient. And please check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/teaisgoodbooksarebetter. We have a few different tea-themed tiers with fun rewards, including outtakes, BTS stuff, and mini episodes in which we force our brother to watch Game of Thrones, which he absolutely hates. So it makes for some fun discussions/arguments. Finally, if you would be willing to share the podcast with your family and your friends, it would be a huge help to us to grow the podcast. Thank you so much. Who do we got next time? What do we have?
Jamie is next. Maybe we'll find out what the fuck was he doing.
Yeah, I need to know.
What are you doing, bro? Sansa and Jon.
Oh, we're gonna see what the hell Sansa is doing with Littlefinger.
What is he doing?
And then Jon being Lord Commander.
There's one more Dany chapter.
One more in the entire book?
Yep. We're so close to the epilogue. So close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 14 more chapters until the epilogue. And then that's when you'll get more of Catelyn's body.
Whoa! Okay. Whoa! All right. Well, stay tuned. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.